This week on Did Y'all See, we're talking about Philadelphia boxer Yousef Mack admitting that he is indeed gay, K.Michelle decreasing her bottom, and Eric Benet and David Justice coming out to throw salt on Halle Berry's wounds. All this and more on Did Y'all See. So, did y'all see that Philadelphia boxer Yousef Mack finally admitted that he was not drugged when he filmed that porno where he was slobbing everybody's knob? He said...
Right, the visual. Like corn on the cob.
He said that, he's bisexual. And then later he came out and said, I'm gay, this is my life. And he issued an apology to his ex-fiancée and to his children for not being, strong enough or man enough.
10 children.
His 10 children. For not being strong enough to just be honest. So what do you guys think about that? I don't want to smile because it's like, it's partially sad, but it's also like ridiculous. Thoughts?
I felt bad only because I'm now obsessed with his entire life. So I started looking at interviews and I was telling you how there was an interview of like when he said he was retiring. And it appeared that like he got beat bad, like in the fight, and somebody was talking to him like, I'm just done, like I'm done. He could barely string a sentence together and just looked so defeated by life. And I was just like, part of it probably is like you not being who you want to be, you doing all this stuff. So I feel bad for him, but I don't ever respect when you throw other people in your mess. So don't be with no woman. If you can't come out yet, that's fine, but that don't mean you have to be out here procreating half the world and sleeping with somebody, obviously without condoms at all, and then, other people, like, that's not cool.
I will never know the coming out the closet struggle, but it's 2015, and I feel like if you're grown enough, like Brandy said, to procreate half the world, like, you're grown enough to be like, this is what it is, and this is who I am, and that's it, like... You know what I mean?
As a black male boxer, not just a black man, but as a boxer, something so masculine. Because that's why we had a hard time watching that trailer. Right. Because
even he looked uncomfortable in the trailer.
Right. So
I think he did say he did it for money. Like he's like, I did it for money, but also because I'm bisexual. Which is like just what you said about being defeated. Like
they reached out to him with a Facebook post, so that tells you somebody ain't even. Somebody sliding your DMs damn near, like, try to hop in this porno or not.
Right. And that's the thing. It's like, why would someone ever know to do that?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Not everyone slides in our...
They knew.
Right.
They knew stuff about him.
Right. And as sloppy as he was with this whole thing.
Exactly.
Somebody knew he was gay a long time ago. Who does a porno and be like, I didn't think nobody was going to see it?
No.
He didn't know how to.
But people really believe that the gay community and the heterosexual community are like so worlds apart. I'm like, there are people who sleep with everybody and everything. Right. So it's nothing to be like...
And messy people come in all...
Girl!
sexual orientation.
And the minute you find out somebody's gay, you be like, the first thing you need to be like, girl, this porno sucking dick.
Absolutely.
Bro, anybody you know, anybody's face you might know. Anybody you think you might... This look like so-and-so from high school.
Exactly.
Like,
you know so-and-so is gay now. Right. Yeah. Girl, please.
He didn't think this plan through at all. And that does make you feel kind of like something for him. I don't know what to call it, but I just feel like you have all these kids, you have a fiance, like you just out here living a full out lie.
Yeah. And
like,
I'm also not certain he would have said anything if
he hadn't got
that ass. Like, we will
see you
for the $4,500 you got for this. Like, if you keep spreading lies.
That's the only reason. Yeah. That's the only reason because that tape alone could show that he was not. I mean, at least in the preview we saw that he was like not incoherent. He was very clear about what he was saying and doing and how he was getting rubbed on. Yes, he was talking. He was fine, girl, doing pull-ups, talking about squats, getting his butt rubbed on. Girl, it was uncomfortable. But I don't like that, man. When you lying to people, like not even just your children, but specifically someone who loves you, a woman, and thinks like whatever. Or maybe she saw some things or heard some things and just kind of, ignored it. You never know. Either way, it's just like, stop it. Come on now. Like you went. It's just so poorly planned out that it's like, that it's like, it's even more disrespectful.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You just thought you was being
You didn't just get caught out in the streets. Like, you willingly did a pornography with gay men.
Else for money, because that 4,500 ain't gonna go that far.
It's really not.
With all them kids, like you
Everybody's
gave each
art-
$10
everybody's
paid your
before you even
rent.
got it.
So you just need to be a porn star now at this point. Maybe that's the
Girl.
next.
Maybe
that
Get
is
broke
the next,
off.
The next
It's
way.
gonna have to be.
And people will probably watch that because he's so messy.
So, did y'all see? This is a curious story. K.Michelle said that she wants to get rid of her butt implants, her booty implants, because she's trying to get more Hollywood roles. I believe she said she couldn't, if she were asked to be in Jurassic Park, she couldn't run with that booty that she has now. And she wants her normal shape back.
Don't forget who she had her heart-to-heart with.
Who'd she have a heart to heart with?
Tyrese.
Because that's one of her good friends.
Oh,
This is new information for you.
This year horror.
Yes. Tyrese brought her to the light.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Her ass is ridiculous. But I'm like, you just went under the knife, like to get. I don't know. Did she just get lipo last time, or was anything going back?
Implants. I just thought it was.
I think it's just fast. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you have to, I guess it's implanting it, so.
I mean, I'm glad she recognizes that people can't take her seriously with that. Men in particular. How could you focus on anything else? And that's not to blame her, but it's just you can't be taken seriously or seen in any other role except like a hypersexed, whatever. I'm just like, you did that to get to where you are now. You got teeth and cheek implants and whatever to get on. Yeah, she said that. Yeah, exactly. We knew something was different, right? To get here, what happens if you don't get the role? Then what are you gonna do? So I don't know. I mean, she said like as a side, like not that I don't love myself, but I'm like, do you? I don't know. Or are you comfortable in your skin yet? To just be who you are. Like, I mean, it's some space out here for everybody. We see some of everything. So I believe she can be who she is naturally and get on. But I'm just like, stop with the physical stuff all the time. Every time you switch gears and want to do something different, you just gonna go under the knife.
It just kind of reminded me of like Kylie a few weeks ago saying that she too wants to minimize her lips, and it just shows you that I don't even think it has anything to do with the industry, honestly. It just shows how precarious a lot of women are about their natural beauty, and then I'm sorry, I really don't buy into the whole I can't go into a meeting and men are not going to take me seriously because of my big ass. There are people who have natural big asses, big breasts, small waist, and they get jobs because they don't dress a certain way when they go to these meetings. That's a whole different story. So focus on the self-esteem of the issue. I think she just has to be real with herself, like your self-esteem is not where you want it to be, and she kind of thinks that changing her body, just like Kylie thinks changing her body will cure whatever issue she has. And yeah, that's it. God bless.
Yeah, really good points. I agree with Lauren because I do think that, like you said, I really couldn't take her seriously when she said all that just because, like, if you go on her Instagram account for maybe like a week before, she's always taking pictures in a way so that you can look at her ass, or she's posed in a certain way so that you can look at her butt. Yeah, or wearing literally like, right. She does everything naked. She posed for her album cover and her booty was like with like a flower rose coming. No, it was a big old rose coming out of her ass crack. I'm like, girl, and now it's like my butt is holding me back in this mainstream way. Like I can't make it into the mainstream with the white folks because my booty is too big, and I did this on my own. I just think, like you said, and like you said, it'll never be enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like you'll probably take out whatever you want to take out from your butt, and then, like you said, if you don't get the rolls, then what? It's gonna take a lot to get all that ass out. So I don't think it's worth even trying. I think it's just best to just try to like cover yourself up when you want to do certain things, and you're not gonna get. She don't look like the action role type, so. Just cover up. Just put on, just try to cover up in certain ways. Either way, it's going to be out there. People are going to see it because it's a huge ass.
More than anything, though, I'm just like, the ass is not holding you back from mainstream attention. Like, if there's anything you need to fix about yourself, and I do agree that she should work on that, like, decrease. I didn't need an announcement. Like, if she had just came through, like, whoa, K.Michelle looks, normal. It would have just been like, oh, okay. That was a good move for her. But an announcement just makes it seem like, I don't really know who it's for.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you want the white people to know you're decreasing your ass, or do you want the black people to know you're decreasing your? I don't understand what it's about. I really don't understand.
Because there was no lesson in it. Because
Right.
when B. Sky asked, like, what would you say to other women who want to do this? She was like, if you have the coins to get it in, just make sure you have the coins to take it out. I'm like, that's all you can say.
So what does that mean?
That's terrible.
But that's
How
what
about
I'm
not make
saying.
permanent decisions based on temporary feelings? Like,
Right.
don't.
You're right, exactly. Because it's a bigger issue than like black women are literally dying over that. So don't be so flippant about it.
Yeah.
First off.
Yeah.
But the thing about K.Michelle is like your attitude is holding you back from mainstream shine and success. Like you've literally been fighting people on TV for years. Throwing chairs, throwing candles, and fighting. I mean, I don't. That's
Right.
the issue.
Right, exactly.
We can't hire you because you're messy.
And she's done well for herself musically.
Yeah.
But then you want to take a break. That's something like even that.
Right.
Like, what is
Was
your
she gonna
path
retire?
exactly? Yeah. She was going to Africa, taking a break, whatever. Then it came back. It was like Idris land for like the next
Right.
year or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know what.
It's just like she's grasping.
Yeah.
Just like what is gonna get what is gonna get me what is gonna get you need to do some like self-reflection. It's not physical at this point. It's not physical. You need to get your mind right. Figure out what you want to do and fix your attitude. And then all the other stuff will fall by the wayside, but it's bigger than this booty. It really is. So did y'all see? I'm so excited to talk about this because it is foolishness and shenanigans. So after the news broke that Halle Berry and Olivia are getting a divorce, David Justice came out of the cobwebs, tweeting that, the men, Halle's exes always become like the bad guys. First they're the Prince Charming, and then she makes her people make them out to be the bad guys. And then he went on this whole rant saying like, I was blamed for being the one who abused her. Well, we all know it was an ex-boyfriend, parentheses WS. Even though Christopher Williams had told us this like last year. So anyway, David Justice came out, and then David Justice would have been one thing, but then Eric Benet came out and was like, "Oh, David Justice is telling nothing but the truth." These are men who have not been involved with Halle Berry for years. So, what do you think about their comments? I mean, I just can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
I just say, when I first saw it, I saw somebody responded like, your pink panties are showing. And I was like, and there you have it. Because y'all both sound like some bitter betties sitting up on the internet. Like, David, we know you didn't beat Halle Berry. It's been known for the 20 years since you two have been together.
20 years.
We all know it's Wesley Snipes. You don't need to say anything. Like, be quiet. Like, you're out here trying to get shine and shit on her because she's going through a tough time. Several tough times that she's had. We know she has relationship issues. And I get it. Your ex falls on hard times. Sometimes you will sit at home like, that's what you get. But it's very bitch ass like to be on the internet doing it and then to have somebody else come up and co-sign that.
With some old tea.
and
With some old tea.
Exactly. Like what?
It'd have been different if it was some new information.
Saying nothing. Eric, sex addicted, sex addict, Eric Benet. Is this what we talking about?
Everywhere.
Who then wants to come out and say, oh, I wasn't a sex addict? Then you shouldn't have took the fall for that. Can't nobody make you say nothing that you don't want to say.
Right.
So if that was a whole PR machine, you fell into that yourself. Who can you blame for that? But you. And be quiet. Like, both of y'all just need to be quiet. You couldn't text him? Go play basketball somewhere, bitch, about her? Like, get off the internet.
Girl.
I don't like that. It's just messy and unnecessary.
I just think they have too much time on their hands because nobody came out and said Olivier was a bad person. Nobody said anything.
No one said that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
But just wait. That's what they say.
Right.
Just wait.
Like ass kicking Olivier?
I don't.
If some shit come out of my head, we're not gonna be surprised.
And I don't think anything will come out. About, you know what I mean? Like I think with that particular relationship, Halle and him were very mature in the sense that they were just very private about their stuff, except for that one incident. And except for that one.
Right. It was a police report.
But yeah, like I don't know, it just kind of reminded me of when somebody like sits across from you and is like, yeah, you know, just in case anything happens between us, I know all of this about you, but it's like, what? Did I shit and pee like you? You know what I mean? Like, you're not saying anything that is new, and nothing came out about Olivier. So, you know, it just seems like...
Why are you speaking?
It just seemed like I was bored at home. There's nothing on TV, and I'm going to just thug it out.
Nobody's cutting
On
me
Twitter.
any checks. I want a little attention.
I don't even know what to say. It's just like, okay. It's very high school. Like, okay.
Except everyone's in their 50s.
Like if my ex and another of my exes came together and was like, tell the truth, shame the devil, she's a bitch. Like it would be one of the most petty things of all time. So to do it when you all have some form of notoriety and she's already in a really sad and, you know, whatever down place, even whether or not she's showing it, you know, it's just stupid. And it just trips me out, somebody coming out here like, he acts like he's guilty.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, Wesley Snipes is the one who allegedly whooped her ass, and he ain't never said not a thing.
He has not had to speak on that ever.
He ain't never said a thing. He ain't never said a thing because at the end of the day, the only person who needs to say it at the end of the day is Halle, if that's what happened. And she hasn't spoken on it. You know what I mean? So for him, he's like, well, it's all just hearsay until, you know, Wesley Snipes don't care. Why are you coming out here?
Right.
Why are you doing anything? It's just extra as hell. And to me, what I felt about it was, he was saying that Halle had said that she had been abused in relationships, and then he was like, you know, saying that was not me, I didn't physically abuse her, but you also could have verbally abused her.
Yes.
And a lot of people, you know, forgo thinking even about that concept of abuse. They're just like, stop thinking that I put my hands on her. That doesn't mean you didn't hurt her verbally. That doesn't mean, and he could have very well done that because right after they married, and she tried to kill herself.
That's right.
So I mean, you're right.
Okay,
So never.
something was wrong.
So exactly. So never think that you are blameless or that you are, you know, porcelain in what happened in your relationship. Just because you didn't beat her didn't mean you didn't leave scars on her in some way, in some form or fashion. So stop talking about it in general.
Yes.
So just
because we
you
weren't really thinking about you. Like, you only came up as like a chronological explanation.
Just so you know,
marriage.
this is the third marriage that didn't work. Okay. So we don't need you to come through with any kind of commentary because you don't know nothing now.
And if you're going to, have your publicist handle that because
you are not the one.
And either way, if the kids or whoever that you little league coach or do whatever for, if they think that or their parents think that you abused her, there still is no physical, you know, a lawsuit and arrest to prove that you beat on her. So that's all you got to say.
Meeting. Don't get on Twitter. What parent is going to be like, oh, I saw you tweeted that. It's okay. You can
Thank you for that statement.
No, I just think you're petty.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I don't want my child
exactly.
for other reasons.
So at the end of the day, if somebody tried to come with me, I'd be like, I never touched that woman, and she never said that I did. So can I go do my job?
And that marriage was 20 years ago.
So you want attention. You want attention. Exactly. Just be honest.
Right.
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Exactly.
You want a little bit of attention. Because after he did that, he did some interviews in the same day, about 3 different interviews.
Exactly.
No, I'm not trying to be the hero of her exes. I'm not trying to be the spokesman of her exes.
But you are.
That's exactly what you said you wanted to be. I just want to let the world know that
Right.
Why?
Because you was in every relationship and you know how every Negro treated her and you know how every relationship ended and you know how every PR... You don't know nothing. No. You know what went wrong with y'all's situation and you're still bitter about it.
Right.
So just stop talking, David.
My thing is, if I were either one of these people, if I were David or Eric's wife, I would be looking at them so crazy right now. Like, why are you still talking about Halle Berry? Exactly. It's been 2 decades since you've been with her. And that just goes to show where his mind was then and where it is now. Because here you are, still today, trying to ride on her coattails.
Yes. You're not right.
How dare you? How dare you? You want to take her misfortune and get some shine because nobody's talking about David Justice.
Exactly.
How dare you? I pray to God that I am not talking about no ex after 10 or 20 years. I don't have anything to say about you. Right. God bless, I wish you well. That's it.
Right.
Why are you so tough?
Because they better. They are reveling in this. Right.
And that is what's so sick about it. That's what's so sick about him. Like, if you really were blameless in the relationship, then don't say nothing.
Right.
But you, one has a restraining order against him and the other claimed he was a sex addict. So y'all was foul.
Right. Meanwhile, Gabriel Aubrey out here like, I get my $16,000 a month. I ain't got nothing to say.
I ain't got nothing to say. got nothing to say.
Right.
He really says nothing. He's like, after I got my ass
No.
beat, it wasn't nothing
It
for me to
wasn't.
talk
What could
about.
you say?
And they might
'Cause
need some.
Olivia
They
will
might
run
need
up
some.
again.
They might need some of it too.
That's-
Because I can't understand why you would get on Twitter and act like this.
No.
It would be so embarrassing to me to feel like I have to rely on my ex from 20 years ago
Exactly.
to get some attention.
Exactly.
Like, what have I done with my life that I gotta reach back to get some shine?
Right.
You ain't done nothing.
Right.
That's it for this episode of Did Y'all See? For more videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/MadameNoire.